What a season for Sonia Bompastor and her side. How impressive have they been?
I don't think it's over the top to say this is the greatest season in the WSL era. Like you were saying, they're unbeaten, but not just unbeaten. They've only dropped 6 points all season. And bear in mind, this is Sonia Bompastor's first season in charge. It's even more impressive, isn't it? Look, their record speaks for itself. The fact that they obviously have the stingiest defence, the highest goal difference, not just unbeaten in the league, but unbeaten in all domestic football as well, just shows their absolute dominance this season. And you've got to remember as well, this is a Chelsea team that is going to get better. They've been without some key players this season. They've hardly had Lauren James. Sam Kerr's been out all season. We all know how good she is. Mia Fisher, who's supposed to be her backup, the USA striker, she's been out for most of the season as well. Next season, they'll have Naomi Girma fully fit and fully integrated into the team, the world's most expensive player. And so you can say the same as well for Kira Walsh. So this Chelsea team is a team that's only going to get better, because as dominant as they've been in English football, there's still an asterisk next to this season. And that is because, obviously, not just losing to Barcelona in the Champions League, but the way in which they lost to Barcelona in the Champions League. That will motivate Chelsea to go big in the off-season again. I expect another couple of big names to come in the summer, maybe on the wing, maybe in the midfield, to complement, improve this squad as they look to do even bigger things next year.
You've cheered up everyone else in the WSL this morning. Look, they are also, we've got to mention, going for the domestic treble, aren't they? Can Manchester United spoil that party, do you think?
I mean, look, Manchester United played spoiler with Chelsea before. United are the defending FA Cup champions, and they beat Chelsea in the semi-finals last season. And look, it's going to be an interesting game. I think the tighter the game is, the more Manchester United have a chance. Manchester United, going into yesterday's last round of fixtures, had the stingiest defence in the WSL before conceding 4 goals at Arsenal. They've got one of the best goalkeepers in the league in Fallon Tollis-Joyce. They've got a fantastic defence anchored by captain Maya Letitia. And it's the likes of Letitia, Toon, Latoon, Grace Clinton. They've all taken a step forward in their development this season. So they are getting better. But Chelsea, their motivating factor after going out to Barcelona in the Champions League has been seeing through the treble and going through undefeated this season. They want to send a message to the rest of the WSL, to the rest of the country, that they are untouchable. And they see Wembley as the perfect place to do that next weekend.
How important then, that said, is it for the league that, one of the other chasing pack, start to push Chelsea really hard next season?
Yeah, I think it's really, really important. The WSL has ambitious targets to be the best league in the world. When I look at their biggest rival, the NWSL in the United States, you look at the season and you go, I don't know who's going to win that. Well, you can't really say that about the WSL over the last few years, because Arsenal, Manchester United and Manchester City have all had stop-start seasons and had to make changes. So it's a huge off-season for the 3 clubs mentioned. We'll go with Arsenal. René Slegers has been fantastic, obviously taking Arsenal to a Champions League final. But domestically, they have struggled with inconsistencies. They've got some big decisions to make personnel-wise. Look, obviously, we're seeing a couple of players leaving the summer already, but are they going to go out and sign some big players? And if so, is that at the behest of some players that have been there quite a long time? So they have some really big recruitment decisions to make. Manchester City, well, they need a head coach, and we're expecting a little bit of movement on that in the next few weeks. But yeah, they're looking to make a mark. They've already losing one of their best players over the last couple of years in Laia Alexandri. She's leaving as a free agent. I'm told that she's on her way to Barcelona to sign there. So that shows how well she's done at Manchester City. But that's a huge hole in defence that they need to sort out. But they just need their players back fit. The likes of Viviana Miedemar, Bunny Shaw need to come back into that team and make a real impact. And then Manchester United. And as we always say with Manchester United, it depends on how much budget they have. How much money will they have to spend in the transfer window? And how ruthless will they be with a team that's very settled and has been quite consistent, but clearly not quite good enough to become champions? So, yeah, it's going to be a really interesting off-season for those clubs.
OK, brilliant. As always, thank you very much indeed, Anton. So, Darren, I'm guessing the papers went wild for Chelsea and their invincible side.
They did, and the significance of it is that they've had good coverage across all of the papers. I've chosen this from The Sun because Sonia Bompastor, in her first season, has done a tremendous job. It's 6 straight seasons that Chelsea have won, but this has been a brilliant debut season for her and her League Cup champions. They can still win the treble, of course, when they play Manchester United in the FA Cup final, May the 18th. But as far as she is concerned, to come in, she was joined by her 4 children yesterday. it really was a fantastic achievement from her, and it's been fantastic to see her across all of the newspapers as well. Big coverage, because that's what the WSL does need.
Yeah, it does. And in terms of Sonia as well, because she had such huge shoes to fill, she's the Arna Slot equivalent, isn't she, in terms of filling Klopp and Emma Hayes. She's just come in and seamlessly done it and actually bettered what we never thought was possible in an Emma Hayes side.
There was a curiosity about her, and because Emma Hayes had been not just so talented but so charismatic and such a standard bearer for women's football in this country, but also beyond as well, for Sonia to come in, she did have a tremendous record. Let's not kid ourselves, but she came in and it was as if she'd been there all her career. The players bought into what she wanted to do straight away. There were some very influential players there as well, and yeah, they hit the ground running and never did stop. Undefeated over 22 games, playing with a real verve and confidence, and sealing it with a dramatic late winner yesterday. A great achievement from her and her team and her squad.
OK, right, it's the early kick-off for Newcastle against Chelsea.